Welcome back to Grandma Sims. Today we're going to finish the barn, the garden, and everything outdoors. So we're going to start with the barn. This barn is going to be the family business. They're going to have people coming in. I know they can do up to 5 activities with the new business pack. So the ones that I've picked for this family on the ranch is going to be gardening. So we're going to have a garden. Going to be taking care of the animals. There's going to be a place for the mini goats and the lambs. There's going to be a small cafe in the building here. And upstairs there will be a bunkhouse for sleeping. So it's 4 of the 5. Can always add another one. Or just leave it with those. We're starting with the bathrooms. These are the guest bathrooms. I put showers in these bathrooms for some reason, don't know why, while playing with the new business and hobbies. The Sims show up to your lot and they all stink. So maybe they don't have showers at home, I don't know. But we're going to have showers here. And it makes sense. They're going to be outside gardening. They'll want to clean up and shower up. These are just going to be some basic bathrooms. All the things that you need. Now, if you notice, I have a dirt floor in the barn. And in the beginning, I thought the dirt floor would be appropriate. Because it's a barn. But the more I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, this isn't that kind of a barn. It would be appropriate if the barn was going to have the animals in it, but the animals are going to be outside. So I am going to put down a wood floor, and you'll see that in just a little bit. So all the basic stuff you need in a bathroom: toilet paper. We're going to use the hand soap and paper towels from Get to Work. They're great for a public restroom. Little waste basket right under the paper towels, which you would see in any public bathroom. Oh, rustic charm. So this is where I was like, there's me trying to put that round rug in again, by the way. A rug on a dirt floor. This is where I was like, that doesn't seem right to me at all. Let's change it. Let's pick a hardwood floor. I want something that's going to go with these walls. Those look nice. Much better. Maybe next time I do a barn and we have the animals in the barn, we'll have a dirt floor. I changed out these doors. I know I had the unisex doors, and I do like the unisex doors, mostly because I think of them as family doors. But then I thought, in this instance, it's probably best to go with the men and women doors. So I did. There was no rhyme or reason. I think with the showers is the reason I decided that we should keep those separated. So I did. That little space on the end where I'm putting the ladder here to go upstairs is just going to be a small walkway, utility area. Now this is the counter that comes with Business and Hobbies. And first off, when you put it down on the grid, it clips into the wall. It doesn't matter where you put it. On the grid, it clips into the wall. So you have to move it. Second, it's not really rustic. It doesn't go with what we have going on the ranch. I'm going to move it again. But it's what functions for the purpose that we're going for with this build. So it's a little bit newer. I guess we're just going to have to imagine that it was put in at a later date. A little fireplace in the corner. It makes me think old Western show. Have you ever watched an old Western show? Don't worry, I'm not going to use red chairs. The old Western store, they always had this fireplace or pot-belly fireplace like in the middle of the store, and then they'd have chairs sitting around it, and you would see all the old folks come in and sit, and it was like the community center, the gathering place. I wanted to do that here, or try to recreate that here. Some more seating. Just something rustic and cute. I am in, as you can see, I am in the Horse Ranch pack, pulling out the items I feel appropriate for this area. And like I said, we're just going to decorate up that little utility area. I know it seems like a wasted space with just the ladder in there. I was thinking about putting stairs in there, but with a barn, I think the ladder is more appropriate and more fun. Some more seating outside. These picnic tables are from, I want to say, Outdoor Adventure. They have the little stone bases holding up the tables. I did not put in a outdoor grill. You are more than welcome to. I just find that with this, as many Sims that is going to be visiting the lot, they will be making food non-stop, and it would be everywhere, and it would be a mess to clean up. So, no grill for them. So we're going to start on the garden area. This is where they're going to be able to come and help out and do the gardening as one of the business and hobby opportunities. And 5 planters. Nobody likes 5 planters. Has to be 6. Has to be a number. Bee boxes. I'm not sure if the bee boxes are going to be an activity that they can do, or if that constitutes taking care of the animals. I would have to go in and look. Putting down some of these hay rugs. Look at the sharp corner on that hay. Yeah, we're going to fix that. Because, you know, that's how hay grows with sharp corners. I tried to hide it. So under here is the water trough and the feed trough for the little animals. Now I did make it so that that space, and I think you'll see in a little bit, or not, but it actually will fit a chicken coop also. So if you didn't want to have the little animals, a chicken coop will fit on either side, facing in towards each other, and you could have chickens. And if you don't want to have the little animals. A little place to sit and rest while you're gardening. The garden planters on the end, you can put in whatever you want. I always see those as for trees. So the different trees that you can get, and I'm not sure if there's 6 of them or not, but those are for trees. So I just did some outdoor bin there. Now some outdoor lighting. I love these. I don't expect anybody will be here at night for gardening, unless that's what you want. But the lighting will light it up for the family. See, and that sign has the little lamb on it, which is appropriate for this ranch. Little bucket for water. These are all just the little decorations for the ranch. Putting down some, I don't know what you call that. It's feed for the little animals. I don't know if it's hay or grass or not sure what it's called. I wish it wasn't so square. I try and hide that too, but it is what it is. Nope. There we go. I used a lot of horse ranch, obviously. It's a ranch. It's not a horse ranch, but it is a ranch. Place to keep all of the gardening tools and supplies and things like that in there. Take a look and see what it's going to light up at night. I shouldn't put that tree in at the beginning. Just kept getting in my way. Remind myself, make a note, put the tree in last. These are just some more little things. This little fan, when you're in live mode, it actually spins, and I've got it pointing at the little counter there so that whoever's working there can keep cool in the barn. Love that little fan. Hoses for watering. For legal purposes, an exit sign. I think community buildings need those. Actually, they do in real life, not so much in The Sims. So, the bunkhouse. This is very basic, very plain. Also very cute and comfy. I wanted some separation for the beds. So Sims feel like they have some privacy. I don't think they care. So I managed to put 4 beds in here. with a little side table. I'm going to change all the colors and things like that. You'll see that in a second. Now, it is possible to put bunk beds in the place of these 4 single beds. But when playing with hobbies and businesses, I did not find that you would ever have 8 Sims sleeping at the same time. You're lucky if you have 2 or 3. 4 would be great because that would fill up our bunkhouse. But if you get 2 or 3, I think you're pretty lucky. But depending on how your game goes and how you're playing, or if you're playing with mods and you get extra people on your lot, or however you're doing that, you can change these out to bunk beds, which would make sense for you. So we're just decorating. I'm put some basic lights in. They're the same ones that we have downstairs, but I didn't add that extra little light on them. They don't need to be very bright in the bedroom or bunkhouse. Just some Western themed decorations, not too many. Like I said, I kept it very basic, it's comfortable, not overdone. Didn't need a lot of clutter up here. This is a place to sit. That's all that's there. I actually did see some Sims sleeping upright in a chair, so that could happen too. I had some flowers around the room just to keep it charming. Also didn't want to clutter the barn up more than needed to. If you're going to have a lot of Sims on the lot, you don't want your game to bog down. So as much as I cluttered up the house, I didn't want to clutter up the barn, if that makes sense, because I want the game to still run. So here I am making a little kiosk for the check-in. I don't know what you call them, check-in counters, check-in kiosks. Wanted something covered. Now I don't know how I know how other electronics act in the game when they're outside in the weather. I didn't know how these were gonna react, if they're gonna break down. I haven't had an opportunity to even test that, but to preempt it, I built it a little shelter, and it's gonna turn out adorable, obviously. Also, I put 2 of the kiosks in here. Something else I noticed with this new pack with hobbies, businesses and hobbies, is that if you have 1 kiosk, they all line up to check in. And if they're in line too long, they leave, because the person in front of them is not checking in quickly enough. So this is the first time I'm testing having 2 kiosks to see if that helps. See if maybe they'll check in 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time. Well, we're gonna go around and just put some dirt down, make it look like it's been here for a while. Terrain paint is not hard. This is just your basic, I think this is basic garden soil is what I use. It's one of my favorites. It's a little bit goes a long ways. You don't need a lot, but you need something. You don't want to go without anything. So Just that little bit. That's all it takes. And of course, what ranch would be complete without a dead skull in the barn? Right? There we go. Remember, keep it creative, keep it cozy. We'll see you next time.